All right, what's up, guys? Week 2 of the YouTube channel. Um, did pretty well last week. I'm surprised, honestly, we got that many views. I don't know what it's at right now, if I'm being honest, but it was at 20 last time I looked at it, and I'm actually kind of curious now that I'm making myself talk about it. So, um, we're gonna go look and see how it is right now. Let's see, 23 views, not bad, not bad. 3 days ago it was at 20, so it's not horrible for 7 days. It's pretty good. Um, it's gonna be a pretty quick episode tonight, just because football this week, because the Pro Bowl is absolute trash. Because apparently we don't tackle in football anymore.
They stopped caring.
Yeah, it's not. I get it, but if you're gonna play and be so worried about people getting injured that you're not gonna play the game right, just don't play it. Just play dodgeball. Play dodgeball for 3 hours, dude. Have a dodgeball tournament.
Exactly. I'd rather watch a dodgeball tournament than watch that game.
DBs versus wide receivers versus everybody, just position groups or teams. If you have that many people,
you literally have Stephon Diggs playing cornerback and Trevon Diggs going into wide receiver. When you get to that point, it's like the NBA. It's like the All-Star game in the NBA. You know what I mean? They're just gonna let you shoot. They ain't gonna let you do whatever, make cool dunks. That's to me what it's getting to. Just show off, yeah.
Everybody's
Marshawn Lattimore still got an interception though.
Well, yeah, so did 5 other people because all 6 quarterbacks got picked off. Mm-hmm. But no, the stupid caveat off of that people say it was oh, it's just for entertainment. Yeah, guess what? So is every single sport known to man. It's just for entertainment. All it's there for. That's not. Sports were made up for entertainment. That's why when you get to be a professional, you get paid so much because it's all for entertainment, TV deals. That's why high school players don't get paid. That's why it's such a big deal now that college players are getting paid because it's televised. High schools don't get paid because it's not televised. They can now, though, but they don't have to worry about, freshman year of high school, I was really good and somebody bought my dinner on a recruiting trip. So, I don't think they can do that. But a coach can't buy your dinner, but a freaking booster can.
Well, technically, a booster couldn't. Nobody can really buy you dinner. In all reality, because especially if it's a booster. So you remember the Michael Orr situation and everything. It's kind of like that. They let you sleep in there, and they said, they kind of push you to go to Ole Miss and this and that. They can turn that against people. You know what I mean? They bought you dinner because they're big Ole Miss fans and want you to go there.
Doesn't matter, and I am.
Oh no, not anymore. That's what I'm saying. It don't matter anymore. But that was the argument back then,
Dude just argued with me for a point that was invalid now.
Well, because you were talking about it.
I said they can buy them dinner now. And you're like, no, they can't just buy them dinner. Do you remember the whole Michael Orr thing? Oh yeah, it doesn't matter now.
Well, I'm saying you were saying they can't just buy me. You're right. They can't just.
No, I mean hey, I'll buy your dinner if you sign my daughter's cast. Simple as that. Yeah. Hey, sign this napkin for me and I'll buy you dinner. That's all that matters because it's your name. So they can't just out of the goodness of their heart buy you dinner, which sucks, but they can get a trade for, they could pay you for something. It's simple. Hey, take a picture with me and they'll buy you dinner. It's so dumb now, but
be like Johnny Manziel and just go in a hotel room and sign everything. Sign all kinds of shit.
$30K a month, but no. So we're gonna get a little bit of house cleaning on some other stuff. Coaching search right now for the Saints. So, what I saw earlier, let's see. Everything that looks like it's happening the way it is. The Giants hired Brian Daboll from the Bills. The Jags hired Doug Peterson, who didn't coach this year. The Broncos hired Nathaniel Hackett from the Packers, who doesn't call plays for the Packers. The Bears hired the defensive coordinator from the Colts, Matt Eberflus. The Dolphins are hiring Mike McDaniel, who pretty sure doesn't call plays in San Francisco. The Raiders are hiring Josh McDaniels, who does call plays in New England. The Vikings are hiring Kevin O'Connell from the Rams after the season, most likely, who doesn't call plays. Sean McVay does. So there's three that don't call offensive plays that got hired as a head coach. All white. Every coach I just named was white. Listen, I don't agree with it. I'm sure you don't either. But there's nothing you can do about it. It's people are freaking out about this whole thing. Like, when you have a business in America, it's literally America. The way that they did it, like, hey, you have to have these many interviews, minority interviews and everything. It's literally America. Every job interview, every job application you fill out, why do you think you have to fill out your race? Because they have to check a freaking diversity box in their employment stuff. They have to. It's just the way America has been built. Because white people are the majority. And that's ownership, that's population, that's everything. I don't agree with it, but that's just how it is. You know what I mean? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all. And look, what obviously we're alluding to the Brian Flores situation, especially in the midst of he's had an interview with the Saints, so he very much has a very good shot. I think to me, I think it's between him and Eric Bieniemy at this point.
See what comes out on the Eric Bieniemy that happened today as we record this. So
I know. I wish they would. Obviously,
it's probably going to come tomorrow or Tuesday, but
so I like Brian Flores, and I still don't have an issue with him. I get it. The dude's pissed off. Like, if you did wrong, you did wrong. I don't think what the NFL, what these coaches or these owners and everything did. I think we kind of talked about it before, you and I. It's the owners. You know what I mean? It's the owners. That's how they are. It's plain and simple. The owners make those rules, and the owners don't give a shit. And that's just plain and simple how it is. And I think that's kind of the whole deal with. I don't think it's the team fault in a sense, or any of the other coaches or anything like that. It's the owners trying to, oh well, we want a better pick, so hey, I'll pay you this much. And I don't think he's lying. I think that happened because it happened. Look, you watched last year, all the fans were like, oh, tank for Trevor. So you know what I mean with like the Patriots, because they were like, tank for Trevor, like let's go get Trevor Lawrence and everything like that. So you have these teams like, okay, cool, like let's tank, let's lose some games. We're only going to win 6 games. Why win those 6 games if we can lose all of our games and get the first pick and go get a really good guy and then go back next year? I applaud Brian Flores for winning games.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, I do. That shows what kind of person he is. That shows the type of coach he is. And honestly, to me, that's like a good thing. A lot of people are like making fun of him because of what he did and like, oh, going after him and stuff. And wow, okay, white power. It Jesus, like what why did it have to be white? We were talking about a racial situation and you just turned it back.
Set your blur thing on and we'll both be talking by a fire.
My laptop doesn't have any backgrounds, so it's being weird. It won't let me put one on. I tried. It says none. My iPad had them, but my laptop doesn't. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will come prepared next week. I promise. Probably not, but I promise you, and I'll probably fail that promise.
Feel better. It'll make you feel better. I'll go back to my thing.
Yeah, dude, go keep it on that. At least one of us.
We could talk by the fire, but you know.
But no,
chilly night. So no, I get what you're saying though. Like Marcus Spears is the one that said it on ESPN. It's not the NFL. The NFL has tried to make the owners do what they need to do to be more diverse in their hiring practices, but it really didn't work.
Everybody wants to go after Roger Goodell.
They're just checking the box with the interviews. All they have to do is interview, and they don't get hemmed up for it. But if they do hire a coach, then they get a 3rd round, 4th round compensatory pick, which is, I mean, yeah, you get some good players in the 3rd and 4th round, but like,
and look,
are they really caring about that at that point?
Yeah. And And I really hate that because you shouldn't have to say, well, I'll give you a pick if you hire this coach.
Exactly.
I really don't like that. Like, I don't agree with that. I'm
It'd just be because of
very far fit. That's not fair. It's like, oh, it's an incentive for having a black coach. And if I was that coach, like if I was Brian Flores, Eric Bieniemy, Lovie Smith, one of those guys, and I'm like, well, I'm just getting interviewed and hired so you can get a draft pick, and I'll get fired next year, and you can go hire your white coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I would look at it if I was in that situation. Like, you're just hiring me for a pick.
Now you look at the Texans, they're looking at another black head coach because David Culley was black. So
Yeah.
and they're looking at another one in Lovie Smith. So maybe that's not what they're thinking, but like it could also just be to check the box this year around, you know?
And look, I believe some of these. I really think that Brian Flores is a good coach because I watched him last year go 8 of 9 of the last games. It's hard to win in the NFL, and it's hard to win 8 games in a row. I don't care who you are, especially if you're the Miami Dolphins. It's hard to win 8 games in a row.
When you got your owner coming up to you saying, "I'll give you $100,000 to lose a game," that means they're probably doing whatever they can to make you suck. But it didn't.
And you're still going out there and winning.
It also didn't seem like that because you had guys like Xavier Howard coming in. I mean, like, but cutting Kyle Van Noy after a year of his 4-year deal, that type of thing makes it also at the same time questionable, you know? Like you bring a guy like Kyle Van Noy in, he plays a year, then you bring Xavier Howard in, you have one of the better defenses in the NFL, and you cut him after 1 year of 4 years and you still owe him a crap ton of money. That's stupid. So it's kind of both sides with the Brian Flores thing. Just thinking like, is that true or not? Because you can kind of play like, okay, well, he did cut Kyle Van Noy 1 year into a 4-year deal. He did bring Xavier Howard in though. Like, I don't understand it. The offensive side of the ball, I don't know.
Did he get pressured in other ways and kind of fall into that pressure? And yeah, no, he didn't. He may not have taken 100,000 a game, but did he fall into the pressure of something else? Like, look, if you don't do this, you're going to lose your job, or if you do this, like do this or do this, or was there pressure from the higher management? Because there was obviously some sort of pressure because of the 100,000 that they were trying to give him. Obviously, they wanted him to lose games, but then it's like, okay, or was there more pressure? Now you said no to the 100. Now they're gonna bring in more pressure to say, hey, look, like we're gonna make you do this, or you're gonna have to do this, or you're going in the middle of the season, or hey, if you do this, you'll be, whatever. Like I don't know. Like that's just kind of the way it may be confusing to other people the way I say it, but to me that's just kind of like, was there more pressure than just? Because to me there had to be more behind the story than, hey, I'm just gonna give you 100,000 every game if you lose. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there has to be more to the story, and I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there's plenty more, but not anything what you were saying. I don't think anything in the middle of the season, like you're gone in the middle of the season, because if he's going to come out and sue the whole NFL after he gets fired because he didn't want to lose games, he probably wouldn't have given a shit if he got fired in the middle of the season for not losing games.
I mean, I agree, but I also think Bill Belichick sent him off.
If they were going to fire him in the middle of the season for other stuff that he didn't do, it would have happened.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any other pressure. He probably just said, okay, well, I'm obviously not going to do it now. Like if you I mean, come on, he won 8 of the last 9 games. So if you were going to fire him in the middle of the season, you should have fired him in the middle of the season because he sucked the first half of the season. That was your perfect opportunity to say, hey, no, I think it really was like he probably said, no, that's not what I'm going to do. And then that pissed him off. And then they won some games, that's probably how it happened because
I'm not going to agree with that.
Brian Flores comes from the tree. And
go ahead.
Brian Flores comes from the Belichick tree. And we see that tree ain't really working out very well. I mean, it depends. I mean, you got Matt Patricia, who trash in Detroit. Went back to be the defensive coordinator. I mean, like, it's Brian Flores is probably one of the more successful ones out of the Belichick tree so far. We'll see how Josh McDaniel does in Las Vegas, but Brian Flores is probably the most successful out of all of them this fall.
I agree. No, and here's the thing when you look at it, and Pat McAfee and the boys have talked about this. Coach is trying to transition, bro. Coach. Ladies and gentlemen, Griffin has left the building. But I think Pat and the boys had talked about this. It's hard to take that Belichick coaching tree, and the same thing with it when you're Nick Saban. When you come from Nick Saban coaching tree, it's hard to take that same. It's hard to take that same analogy that they use in that same all the same theories and all the same steps and everything like that, that same culture, and take that and transfer, and they try to take it. Well, to me, it's like, well, you're your own person at the end of the day, and they try to take that and implement it somewhere else, but that somewhere else has to come up with their own culture. It's like, to me, and I look at it.
The only thing I'll say about the way you compared Bill Belichick and Nick Saban is you look at Nick Saban's assistants, what they've done. Jimbo Fisher won a national championship. Kirby Smart won a national championship.
And I agree.
Billy Napier was one of his assistants. He's
I agree.
Florida after being really
think
for UL. So
Nick Saban does a better job at making it transferable.
And I won't even say it's Nick Saban doing that. I think what you said is partially right. By what they try to do is immediately and directly take what Bill Belichick does and bring it to another area, another coaching job, another head coaching position. What they do from Nick Saban, they take certain things and put it into their personality and their type of culture, that type of thing.
Yeah,
like they don't try to copy Nick Saban. They just take what they learned from Nick Saban and make it their own. And from New England, what it seems so far, aside from B-Flow,
they try to do that same thing,
the exact same thing that Bill Belichick does, and that's
what
not how coaching is, because nobody is Bill Belichick. I mean, you look at Josh McDaniel when he was in Denver, he sucked. So, and then he got scared and turned his plane around when he was going to Indy. So he probably didn't want to suck again. I mean, I don't know, but that's probably, like I said, you're not wrong. They do take it and make their own type of thing with Nick Saban, but that they take what they learned from Nick Saban and put it into.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a better way to put it. A lot better way to put it.
Sorry, my brain works faster than yours sometimes when you got kids like that.
Listen, my brain's still in the bed, put my 2-year-old to sleep, okay?
That's what I'm saying. My brain still works better than yours. Okay. You had a lot of bangs next to your ears more than I did, okay? I had loud stuff going around and around, but I had headphones for that. So
profession. You had constant.
true. So but no, I think we're looking good. I really want to know how the Eric Bieniemy interview went today. We've heard that the B-Flow interview went good. We're talking about getting one of our defensive assistants, who's now the defensive coordinator in Detroit, with our previous associate head coach, Dan Campbell, interviewing or trying to interview Aaron Glenn, which Dan Campbell was not happy about. But if we get Aaron Glenn, Eric Bieniemy, or B-Flow, in spite of, because all three of those I think are qualified and would be a phenomenal head coach in the Saints, because you have Aaron Glenn, who was already working for the Saints, B-Flow, who has proven that he can win 8 or 9 games and when he gets pissed off. So, and you got Eric Bieniemy, who's proven in Kansas City, already won a Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes, and he's done crazy things in that offense. So,
who would you rather see out of those three? Who would you like to see?
Honestly, Eric Bieniemy, because I think with Pete Carmichael, their two minds could be phenomenal together. And then you already have Dennis Allen as a defensive coordinator. So I don't necessarily, and Pete Carmichael's already said that he doesn't want to be the head coach. Like, he wants to stay where he's at offensive coordinator. And I would assume if we hired somebody else that did, mine froze right here. Dennis Allen would be okay with staying a defensive coordinator if we hired a guy like Eric Bieniemy. I have a hard time thinking that if Aaron Glenn got the head coaching job, that he would say bye-bye Dennis Allen, because they literally coached on the defensive side of the ball together, So I have a hard time thinking anybody that comes in is going to say bye, unless Eric Bieniemy has somebody that on his offensive staff at Kansas City, unless he wants somebody like that. That's the only way I think Pete Carmichael's gone.
And look, here's my thing, and here's why I say that any of those coaches, like if a defensive coach comes in, if you get rid of Dennis Allen and he's willingly wanting to stay, You were the
No,
dumbest coach in
after
the world.
seeing
I
what
don't care. I
happened,
don't care if you're the defensive, you're defensive minded or not. You're dumb if you get rid of Dennis Allen when he has produced the best defense in the league for the past what 6, 7, 8 years. Well, not so much, but like 4 or 5 years.
one of
We've
them.
had one of the best. Yeah, you're right. Some of those years we were the best. Some of those years we were like top 5, but one of the best defenses in the league in the past couple years, good amount of years, pretty much since he's been there almost, we've had a very good defense. And as of the last 4 or 5 years, it's been dominant defense. And I think that Eric Bieniemy would be a smart enough person to see that. Obviously, I think any 3 of those names, Aaron Glenn, Brian Flores, or Eric Bieniemy, would be smart enough to see that and notice that and say, okay, let's keep him here. He knows the guys. The guys love him. They react to him. They respond to him. I can throw my twist on it if I need to, and I can talk with Dennis Allen and throw a twist on it. But why do I need to when it works? What he's doing is working. The question is, like you said, Pete Carmichael, right? So, or yeah, so that's the biggest question is what do they do with him? And what I would say to it is the guy worked with Sean Payton. The guy knows how Sean Payton worked. The guy knows the plays Sean Payton calls. So therefore, you're able to transfer to that. You're not going to be as good of a mindset. You're not going to have that mindset as Sean Payton, but you'll know the plays he calls in certain situations most of the time. And that's the important thing to me because that's what this offense needs to kind of keep because Sean Payton was a great offensive mind. So I think that would be the biggest thing is keeping Pete Carmichael because he has worked with Sean Payton and he should have that same mindset as Sean Payton. So we should be able to still be fluent on offense like we can be when everything's working. I think that would be important to me.
So the only thing is, I don't know if you realize this, Tyler, but Sean Payton's not there. So why would you want to keep Sean Payton alive in New Orleans? As a legacy, yes, but we just talked about it. You don't want to, just because Pete Carmichael was with him, you bring an offensive mind like Eric Bieniemy in. You don't try to transfer Pete Carmichael's knowledge of Sean Payton to Eric Bieniemy. No, you try to transfer Eric Bieniemy's knowledge of Eric Bieniemy to Pete Carmichael. And
yeah, but what I'm saying is keep in mind, like you said, right? So like you said about Nick Saban, right? Nick Saban coaches take what they had from Nick Saban and they put it into their style. That's what I'm hoping Pete Carmichael does with Sean Payton, putting that his style into his style and meshing that and doing that to me could be a very good thing and taking that and going forward. And I think that would be good. That's why I wouldn't want to get rid of Pete Carmichael because I think he can do that and we can prevail in offense because of that. Not that we need to keep Sean Payton there. No, I think he can take that mindset of Sean Payton and use it. Not just the way I think.
But you got
that's what I mean. I mean, it's not keeping Sean Payton there and keeping him. We need to keep him here and doing it. No, it's taking that what they learned from Sean Payton. Like take what you learned from Sean Payton and use that, apply that because Sean Payton's a great offensive mind. So at the end of the day, why not use what you learned from him? You know.
No, I agree.
So.
But I mean, it just depends on who you hire. Because if, like I said, if Eric Bieniemy has a guy he wants,
yeah, and I get it. I get it.
It's gonna suck, but all right, it's enough football. Let's talk about some baseball, man. So the baseball season starts on the 18th of this month, February 18th, or a Friday. So I need to get out, watch some games. If you want to go to the box, LSU opens up against Maine with a weekend series on the 18th, and UL opens up with number 14, preseason number 14, UC Irvine at the T. And
are they really?
Yeah, they're number 14, man. Weekend series, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's gonna be a pretty good weekend. I'm probably gonna go to the Saturday game. So I'll be out there supporting the guys, Coach Deggs, even though stood me up multiple times. Maybe I can
We'll talk about it.
say, "Hey, coach, what's up?" You never emailed me back, dude. Um, Speaking of that, let me check my email. Make sure he didn't email me.
Technically, he has emailed you back, but he didn't email you back at the last time, and that was the important
Yeah, he
time.
didn't email me back this last time. Disappointing, man, because he was like down for it, and then probably got busy. And I even like follow up emailed him and didn't hit me back. But yeah, LSU starts. So we got 14 UC Irvine for UL Raging Cajuns at the Teague at Russo Park, you know. And then Maine, LSU opens up against Maine on the 18th, 19th, and 20th of the same weekend series, 3-game series. Those games, so the UL games are at 6 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, and 12 on Sunday. And the game, I believe, so the LSU is 6:30 on Friday, 1:30 on Saturday, and I couldn't fit the screenshot in there, but I think it's man, that's disappointing. I wish I did, but I believe it was probably 12 as well on the Sunday. So I'm looking forward to watching both of those. I'm pretty sure that these games, so the UL games will be on ESPN Plus if you have ESPN Plus, but then we got LSU, which I'm assuming is probably going to be on ESPN Plus too. I don't know, but because it's not a big deal playing Maine, but I believe that UL is right on the outside of the top 25 somewhere, and then UC Irvine's number 14, so they're televising that game on ESPN Plus. But LSU's got a few guys in their top 50 of positions. Man, we got T Mac, bro. Tyler McManus. He's in the top 50 catchers, man. Number 29. That's pretty wild to be in the top 50 in the nation like that. Then you got K Doty, man. That dude's number 4 in man, I hope this is just in their number. I'm pretty sure it's their
senior this year, right?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Or junior. He's been there for a minute.
I don't know though. But yeah, Cade's number 4, second baseman in the nation, bro. D1 obviously. And then the guy, Trey Morgan, the number 1 first baseman in the nation.
Yeah, that's very well deserved.
Very well deserved. And they said
as a sophomore too, of all things.
Which means as a freshman, they preseason ranked him as the number 1 off of just what he did as a freshman. So
like that dude was nasty last year.
And this is I mean, on the defensively and offensively. I mean, they said they're putting this dude in left field a couple times in spring training practice and stuff like that, and he's doing well. But they say Jay Johnson's watching him, and he's hard to take him away from first base. So there's a reason he's the number 1 rated first baseman in the nation preseason. So and that was, like you said, that's going into his sophomore season. So, but LSU has the number 7 ranked team in the nation according to the USAA. Look at me, used to USAA. The USA Today preseason rankings. So that's pretty psyched about that stuff. But yeah, guys, go watch some baseball. Baseball season's finally here. Yeah, look, LSU. Give everybody your account number.
No, I blocked it out. So
nah, man, I'm pumped about it. I'm looking forward to what's gonna come this season, because obviously we're number 7 in the USA Today preseason rankings, and there was one before, like a few weeks ago, that we were number 3 in, and we had the number 1 recruiting class for the year. So I'm pumped about it. I'm looking forward to, the number 1 recruiting classes for next season. So I'm not like freaking out about this year, but
yeah, but you look at this year. You look who we have this year.
But
we had four people in the top.
All those guys. We got 3 transfers from Arizona, and
Jacob Berry, the best with the best. What is he? Wasn't he a catcher too? I thought Jacob Berry was
Bear was
no.
the outfield, I think.
I forgot what Jacob Berry was. Wow, shows how bad we are.
Well, he
I
wasn't
thought
even on our team last year. I just forget.
I know.
Dylan Cruz and him are gonna that's gonna be fun to watch them, man.
Jacob Berry has one of the best bats in the country. So does Dylan Cruz. They got good gloves. They got good bats. You got Trey Morgan. You got K. Doty. Dude, freaking Thompson looks hella good as well. McManus looks good behind the plate. Dude,
Yeah, we got a solid team, and I'm
this
so
is this team is a super regional team. This team is a team that can get you to Omaha right here. My personal opinion. And I think we got a coach that's going to easily. He did it with guys from Arizona, so if he can do it with those guys,
3 times in the past 5 years.
he's going to be 4 times in the past 6 years. So
Position infield. What? Thanks, LSU.
He plays everywhere. You put that man at first, he'll throw it to himself on second.
Yeah, literally, that's all they have. Dylan Cruz has outfield. K. Doty has infield, and we know Cade's second. But like,
okay, you can put outfield for an outfielder because an outfielder most of the time can play anywhere in outfielder. Normally, you're gonna put them. You can switch guys in the outfield. The Astros do it all the time.
yeah, I mean,
but
just listen to this roster, dude. My goodness. Jason Ballman, Brennan Holt, Dylan Cruz, K. Doty, Drew Bianco, Braden Jobert, Giovanni DiGiacomo. Dude, he looks so Italian and so great. Gavin Dugas, Ty Floyd, Brody Drost, Jordan Thompson. There's our shortstop. Jacob Berry, probably third, if I'm thinking about it right. Because Cade's second.
Probably, actually, yes, I think you're right.
Cade's
because
second.
Jordan
Thompson's at short.
Cade at first. Cade at second. So
he's got to be third.
That would probably be.
Yeah. Will Safford, Trey Morgan, Alex Milazzo, Bryce Collins. Don't know who the hell that is. Eric Razelman. He sounds familiar. Kay Beloso, Hayden Travinsky, Tyler McManus, Jacob Wyeth, Devin Fontenot, Luke Leto, Trent Vittemere, Trey Schaefer, Michael Fowler, Cale Lansville. These are all the pitchers now. Paul Gervais, Connor Seymour, Riley Cooper, Josh Pearson, Grant Fontenot, Josh Stevenson, Garrett Edwards, Blake Money, the boy, lost weight like a mofo, dude. I don't know if you've seen
really?
Blake Money lost some weight, bro. Like his thing says he's 6'7", 240. I think it was Blake Money that was. I gotta look at it, dude, because Blake was a big boy. He's 6'7". So like, I gotta look this stuff up, man, because they said he was down like 30 pounds.
So 210 and 6'7", yo, that man's
right.
Jesus.
You remember how big?
Yeah, I have a lot of faith this year. I lost all faith in the basketball team.
So look, here you go.
What's up?
That's how big he was.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So that's how big he was. And you could just see the difference in that picture.
Oh yeah. Good Lord. That man lost.
There you go. Look at him. There you go.
Yeah.
That dude is so skinny now, dude. Like looking at his Instagram is wild, man. That dude was massive. And now he don't weigh nothing. But like even in that picture, you can kind of see it. Like,
oh yeah,
they look the same, bro. Like,
yeah, man, I saw
Alex Brody, Jacob Hastings, Will Helmers, Javen Coleman, Grant Taylor, Blaze Priester, Mikhail Hilliard.
We still got Helmers on the mound. So I think the one thing they haven't figured out fully is the pitching rotation because we have so many of them now that transferred or came in this year.
Yeah, but like I'd much rather have that problem than not having pitchers because that's where.
And I know, and that's what I'm saying.
7 months ago.
But what all last year, all the past couple years, what was the biggest struggle for LSU?
Pitching.
Exactly. So for us to sit here and have to say, well, we don't even know the pitching percentage because we have so many studs. It's like, come on, thank God. It's a relief, It's like, oh, like you mean to tell me we have studs all down the lineup? So that means on a Friday, a Saturday, a Monday or Tuesday game, we know who's pitching those games. We still have studs on those days. And then Fridays and Saturday games, we have studs there too. It's like, oh, it's like a relief. It's like, man, like that's what we've been wanting. We've had a coach that just went after shortstops to play every position. And there's nothing wrong with that in a sense. Like we still had good teams from it and still got championships from it. But
Paul just knew how to coach people, so he could turn them all into different positions.
Yes, exactly.
Jay Johnson,
but now you have a coach that is going for each position, and I think that's what is so refreshing. It's like this dude is actually going after pitchers. This dude is going after catchers. This dude is going after third basemen, after shortstops, after this, after that. It's like, thank God.
Yeah.
Because you can coach somebody up, but some people are naturally made to play that position, especially when they played it their entire life. I play the outfield. You're not gonna put me on the infield. I just not gonna happen. Like I can do it, but I ain't gonna do it well. I put my body in front of a ball. But that's because I never played it that often. You know what I mean? So for me, and I know guys that play the infield that won't go in the outfield. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day,
not fast, they're quick. They can move 5 yards really fast, but they can't move 30 really fast.
They can't move 30 yards fast. Exactly. So to me, it's having that. It's just refreshing, man, to see. Now you don't have to worry about, like, can this shortstop go play outfield, or can this shortstop play first base, or can this dude do this? It's like, hey, we have guys that can play their position, and we have depth in those positions. That's a good thing.
Yeah. I mean,
it's refreshing. It's just nice. And we have pitchers that can pitch.
No doubt about it, man. I'm going to start. There was an open practice at UL the other day. I was kind of disappointed.
What do you mean an open practice to go?
An open practice at the T the other day. Had jambalaya and everything. It was an open practice. Free.
Damn, I didn't even know.
Yeah, me neither. I saw freaking Brian Maggard tweeted a picture of it. I said, son of a bitch. Could have been at UL watching some baseball practice eating jambalaya, man. I need to follow up on stuff like that a little bit more so we can be there. But
I need them to have walk-on tryouts like LSU is. Any of our followers want to go beat
eligibility, homie.
All I'm saying is any of my followers or any of our followers want to go and try out for LSU, they have walk-on trials, bro.
Yeah,
I'm too old.
I got all 4 years of my eligibility, bro.
I don't know.
Brad Wing was 34.
No, that's right. You don't have to. It's just the years.
It's just
well, I've been in college for like a year and a half. Shit, I got 3 years. Fuck it.
Only been in for half a year.
Hey, do we get a COVID year?
No, because we weren't there. Because they got reimbursed a year of eligibility. We never got that one. So
can I get reimbursed a year eligibility? I was in college for COVID.
Yeah, but you weren't enrolled in a sport or anything. So, like, I don't think that's how it works. Like, you don't just like if you start playing year, you don't automatically get 3 years.
This wedding is harsh.
That's not how it works. I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't assume. Like, people that were actively rostered in a sport got that year of eligibility back.
Can like UL or somebody that's not so good, because I'm too shitty for that. Can like the baseball team have an open tryout? Because I would totally go there.
No, baseball's
like walk on.
Baseball's. I mean, yeah, maybe walk on, but you got to be enrolled at that school.
Bet that's too easy. I'll transfer my credits.
Nah, bro. Hey, SLCC's starting to have sports now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You're looking at the four string outfielder for SLCC.
But I'm gonna be a wide receiver, bro. I got hands.
I wonder what they're like gonna be though. Like
JUCO. I mean, no doubt.
no, their mascot.
Oh, I was like, fucking JUCO? Like,
Like,
what?
they're probably gonna be a JUCO, but like,
Well, I mean,
like,
obviously.
that's what LSU
The
is.
mascot. Dude, like, are they gonna be like you already got the Cajuns right there? Like, here you can be like the fucking.
Can't be the Lions because you got Southeastern. Can't be the Bulldogs. Can't be the Pokes, the Cowboys.
We're gonna be the South Asian or the South Louisiana Community College Bayous, baby.
They might do Gators.
Please don't do that.
Could do Gators. But
No, don't do that because
colors are like blue and yellow, so it'd probably be like
it is blue and yellow.
I don't know. I mean, granted, that's their logo. I don't know if that would be
That's
their
their
school
shades.
colors, but I don't know. But that's funny. I heard somebody say, "Yeah, he's going to play baseball at SLCC." I said, "What?"
So is that like legit though?
I don't know. I really
we need to find this out, bro. Like I will. You know how many softball players are about to go enroll at SLCC just to go play baseball again? Like, wait, where's Cole? Oh, Cole already graduated though. He can't go back. Cole, you gotta go play for SLCC, bro.
I'm looking it up, bro.
That's wild though, bro. We should both just go try out.
Dude, I'm curious though. Like I really am.
Do they have like how many sports do they have? Just the main sports? Like
I don't know. I probably don't even have. They probably don't even have football. There's too many. You need too many people for that.
football and baseball. But you don't. I think they would get a lot of people though. I think they could. I think they could. I really do think they could.
Not for football, dude.
Not for football, but for like baseball and stuff around here.
Easily.
I think they could get a good enough amount of people for football though. I really do, because you're gonna have the ones struggling with grades around here that can't get into good schools, but they're still good talent. They may suck, but guess what? That means that we can make the team easier.
I'm literally just going to their website, but I really don't think.
Make me a cornerback or a wide receiver. Well, more so cornerback. I just want to put my hand in balls.
I don't think they have sports, dude. But like somebody said it, and I was like, "What?" They may have not meant SLCC. They might have been LSUE because I know they have a baseball team. So.
Oh no, they definitely have. Yeah, they have sports. Yeah.
No, yeah, LSUE, LSUS, LSUA.
Yeah, LSUE is the freaking championships. Yeah. They have how many national championships?
Volleyball, basketball, baseball, tennis, soccer, but they don't have football because it's
well, that's just because
that's what I'm saying. It's not a bit too big of a roster. Even LSUE can't cover that. So that's what I'm saying. Like SLCC,
right? Yeah.
So because LSUE is bigger than SLCC, so is LSUA and so is LSUS. But hey. Obligatory NBA talk. The Pelicans won. Woohoo. Go team.
Hey, no, on that same news, they're actually in the playoffs. Are they in the playoff? They're on the above the line. They're above the line, bro.
He freaked out so much he didn't even know what to say.
I know. I'm like, I don't even know because I don't know NBA like that, but I know they are in the like playoff.
The New Orleans Pelicans are currently seeded for the playoffs. Thank you.
Yes, no, they're in like the play-in tournament. If they keep winning where they are, they're in the play-in tournament. Or the playing game or tournament, whatever one it is. I think
it's seeded for the playoffs. That's the way he said it, but that's not what he meant. What he just said what he meant. So let's see.
But we're above the line.
No, they're not.
We're the flip. The Pelicans just freaking tweeted it all out. Or somebody said we are
because the Trailblazers have one more loss than they do. But
yes. Okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. We suck. I'm just glad we're there.
21-32.
Yeah. And the Trailblazers are 21-33.
And hey, let's not get excited either. They beat the Rockets, and the Rockets are literally last place in the league. So
Alvin Kamara's in
No, they're
jail.
not. They're third in the league. Last third.
Alvin Kamara is in jail right now.
Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara is in jail right now.
Where'd you see that at?
Oh my God.
Where'd you see
Someone
that?
just put that out. Go check Twitter.
Go check Twitter.
Because one of the Saints pages just said, dude was cheesing and playing football 4 hours ago after beating the shit out of someone. Now he's in fucking jail. Like, why is this team so irregular?
I don't see it. Eric Bieniemy 8-hour interview breaks, and 5 minutes later, Alvin Kamara is arrested. I hate it here.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow, dude. That's crazy.
For what?
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news.
NFL player arrested for battery resulting in substantial bodily harm. February 5th, 2022, approximately 5:50, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department patrol officers were dispatched to a local hospital where a person reporting a battery. The victim was reported being battered at a nightclub located in the 3500 block of South Las Vegas Boulevard. The investigation by the police detectives determined the victim was battered by the suspect, later identified as Alvin Kamara. He was located and taken into custody without incident on February 6th, 2022. He was transported to the Clark County Detention Center where he was booked for battery resulting in substantial bodily harm. This investigation is still ongoing. Anyone with any information on this incident is urged to contact the police. Patrol detectives by phone, blah, 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 blah. Hey, shout out to you, Alvin, for not doing it during the season.
Hey, shout out to you for defending yourself. Okay, Alvin? Like, whatever, you're in jail.
Probably what happened. They
Probably some dumbass person in Las Vegas was talking shit.
Was talking shit that the Saints sucked. It's all good, bro. Sock him in the face. Hey, respect, my brother. Hey, do that shit during the off season, man. Get arrested as much as you want, as long as it's for dumb shit. Like, don't kill nobody. Don't get arrested for drugs. But, beat the shit out of somebody. Who cares? That's, shit wouldn't even get you arrested back in the day. It just bring you home. But, yeah, it's pretty wild. Barstool Nola tweeted that, by the way. Everybody go follow Barstool Nola on Twitter. They just made their Twitter.
I was about to say.
So
he did that last night. So he played in the Super Bowl or in the Pro Bowl after beating someone's ass.
No.
I don't know. That's what somebody just said.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, on February 5th, 2022 at approximately 5:50 p.m.
That's pretty crazy, dude.
So he literally played in the Pro Bowl. That's wild.
I want to know who runs the Barstool Nola Twitter, because if it's not Snow Like John, I don't want it.
That's funny as hell.
Snow Like John is freaking hilarious. I really want him to be the Barstool Nola guy. I really do. And hopefully I'll be a part of that team later on. But let's move on a little bit. Major League Baseball season is going to get postponed. We already know it. Spring training is literally like 2 weeks away, and we have no idea when this negotiations are going to end. The NFLPA and the owners have already MLBPA, and the owners have already requested a mediator come in and help solve. So the owners are being stubborn because the rich mother. They literally have so much money that they can pay whoever, that they have a luxury tax in Major League Baseball. That's how much money these owners have. That's more than the NFL. I can guarantee you that. So, with smaller rosters, but they also have to pay every affiliate team too. So, disappointing. We're probably going to get a shorter season. We said it last week, won't be as short as
the COVID year
last year, 2 years, last season, but or 2 seasons ago, I guess technically, but the 2020 season was 62 games, or 60 or 62, whatever it was. It's not that short. Whatever.
No, 62 games. No, I don't fucking know.
I cannot remember, dude. It was less than half. That's what it was, but.
Yeah.
And that's the only time the Dodgers can win a World Series. So, sorry, I had to throw that out there again. We still have no idea if Carlos Correa is going to be signed because he can't talk to literally any team. So,
But he did hire his the manager that's gotten who deal did he get? He got one of like the highest deals. I forgot who it was. Yeah.
Yep. He did hire his manager.
First off, I just want everybody to know Griffin has gone to the concession stands at Alex Box Stadium at this point, or the bathroom. Oh, and he has come back from the concession stands. I hope he didn't pay what he has to pay at Alex Box.
That was $6 for a 12-pack.
You pay $6 for one.
$12 for a 12-ounce. So, and no, if you're asking, it's not cheap beer. It's just Dr. Pepper. All right, that's kind of it for sports. I don't know if you have anything else, but I do not. But I do have one kind of important thing that I haven't even told you about yet. So one of my buddies from the Army is starting like an apparel line. So I told him, I said, "Hey man, let's do it. Whenever y'all get it up and running, let's
pause. Hold on. Y'all see how you just don't tell me shit?
Literally today, and I wanted this. He's not happy about me surprising him with good news. So I'm just not.
I am happy. I am. No, but I just want to talk about this all the time.
It's called Gorilla Up Apparel. It's my guy Justin Hash. He's sadly a Florida fan, but it's okay. They got Billy Napier now, so he's probably gonna come on the next couple weeks and talk about how his transition from one of the worst coaches in college football and Dan Mullen to probably going to be one of the best in the next few years, Billy Napier. So I want you guys to go follow my guy, Gorilla_up_apparel on Instagram. That's his little logo. So I want you guys to go follow him, show him some love. We're going to be collabing here in the next few months. Once they get their line officially up and running, they're going to have trucker hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, tanks, bunch of different stuff, but we're going to, do what we can. I told him we're going to get the conversation started, and he definitely wants to do it. So we're going to have something for the pod coming up, because slowly but surely we're going to keep this local feel of it, but we're going to, obviously we do it anyway. We talk about pro sports more than we talk about college. So it's just going to become more hardhead sports, because we're just going to start talking about everything. We're going to have people that are fans, because we both have fans of other teams as friends on the pod. We're just going to talk about random stuff, their experiences. This is going to kind of go away. Tetja is going to kind of go away. Hardhead's going to kind of make it in to the logo and everything like that, just so it's more easy for people to understand, because not everybody speaks Cajun French. So we're still going to keep these for like us and the local scene and everything like that. But slowly but surely, it's going to break into me and Tyler having this pod. Tyler's going to run this pod. This is going to be Tyler's. And then I'm going to have one. I'm going to have one for like everybody that we're friends with. So like, literally, you're going to see the same two faces, but one's going to be his and one's going to be mine. His is going to be like local, and we'll probably talk about national too. Mine's going to be mainly national, and we'll talk about local too. So it's the same podcast, just two different people leading it, and mine will have more fans of other people, and then his will have more fans of the local teams around here.
Again, y'all are seeing this is the first time he's told me any of this, so I'm telling you, this is literally all the time. All right, but hey, I'm down.
Hey man, hey, you're excited. You have a podcast now.
Hey, I'm fine. I'm good with it. Like, I don't
care. Ours, but they're yours and mine. I mean,
hey, it's all ours.
I know, but like, I'm just saying, like, Hardhead Sports is going to be the.
No, of course.
And then, like, literally, we're just going to have Tetja and Hardhead. Like, that's going to mean the same shit, but it's just going to be local because it's in French, and national because it's just not in French. It's literally going to mean the same thing, but. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be bigger, but that's obviously within the next year. It's not like immediate, but this is going to happen because I wanted to, and I know Tyler wants it to, even though he's just now finding out about it. But am I wrong? Do you want that to happen?
I never said no. I'm just saying. I just like the people to know this has happened all the time.
You know what?
Brings it on me. But I'm okay with it. I'm not mad. But he knows that's why he does it, because he knows I'll be fine with it.
Yeah,
because he knows me and I do the same shit to him, so it's okay.
If I'm not sure that he's gonna like something or not, I will talk to him about it. But
I mean, we've only been best friends for 17 years, so it's not like we can't tell what each other would be okay with.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like if I thought you weren't gonna be okay with it, I would have talked to you about it. But no, this is just like my vision of everything in the future. We're not that big yet for just tennis sports, so I'm not trying to break it off into two immediately. No. It's just like this is us.
Hey, we got 20 views on YouTube though.
26, 23. Sorry, 23. But no, like mine's gonna be. I want yours to be like the big sports, heavy sports. You know what I mean? There's my Italian.
Yeah. The heaviest sports.
I want yours to be the heavy sports thing, man. And I'm just gonna literally, talk about whatever, but have a sports driven theme. You know what I mean? That's what I want. I don't want to sports podcast.
I'd like start the show like commotion, bitches.
Oh, you can start it however you want.
Oh, bet y'all are in for a treat.
No, Tyler's gonna. This might start sooner than I'm even thinking. It might start sooner than I'm thinking. So, see if you can figure that one out, Tyler, with how slow your brain's going tonight.
It'll probably be next week if that's what he's thinking.
No,
I'll see y'all tomorrow, guys.
It's gonna be next week, but there's a lot of people that I want to talk to that I'm just friends with that would literally do this with me, talk about sports. That's why I just want to have. I know Tyler can't do it as much as I can, but I could do Bussin' with the boys. And literally, if there is ever a time where I can't and Tyler can't do the pod, I could literally have a Rolodex of 14 of them there,
for sure.
just from 45 minutes.
And I mean, it's the same.
With my friends.
The same thing goes for both of us because I got boys like my boy Cody. He listened to it. My boy Ty, he runs his own podcast as well. Shout out to another local podcast, Man to Man Podcast. That's my boy. He does it. He's giving me feedback for us, so I give him feedback for him. Shout out to everybody. We don't hold no grudges to anybody. We love everybody doing this. But shout out to him. Guys like that. Like I have guys that way too that love sports and yeah, Cody's a Cowboys fan, but that dude knows sports everywhere. You know what I mean? Like he follows everything. So it's like I can pull guys like that too. So it's good. I like the idea of saying, okay, you can go you do your thing, I do my thing, and we're still doing the same thing, but we're using our other friends and I'm bringing those people in and hitting all kinds of all the areas in a sense, hitting all the categories.
There's so many people. I would love to have Kendall on again. I would love to have Kendall on again, and Cole's gonna happen soon. I still gotta talk. I gotta talk to Kendall. I don't know if Kendall will come on again, but I would love to have both of them back on, and that's a thing for both of us. But dude, we could literally have a 30-minute conversation with Cody, and you drive that conversation, and then we bring in Justin. And now we're talking about Florida. We were just talking about Cowboys. Now we're talking about Florida and in relation to the Saints and LSU and UL and stuff like that. So that's the type, we could literally have our conversation separately put into one pod, or you have the conversation on a separate pod than I do. It could go whatever way we decide to bring it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be two separate podcasts. It could literally just be you. What are you laughing at? Who texted you?
Speaking of Cody just texted me. It was just bruh, about Alvin Kamara.
I was about to say, bruh, we're not live. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, man, there's a lot of people that I want on this podcast, and I know Tyler feels the same way. It doesn't even have to be sports related, bro. We can literally do bullshit about nothing. I'm happy with that. I don't care. If y'all have feedback, man, hit us up. If I know we're on YouTube now, so it's a lot easier to find us on YouTube than it is on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts or whatever. It's a lot easier because it just my algorithm might pop up on your suggested videos, and that's probably how we got 23 views in our first 3 days of being on YouTube, because it just popped up on some people's suggested page, and we got 3 likes. I don't know who the hell would like that shit, but and I didn't like it, I promise. I need to though. Need to go subscribe and rate 5 stars too. No, so literally probably next week that framework will start being built, but it's not going to be 2 separate podcasts for a good bit. We're going to do what I was just saying, like Tyler I'll be here, but like Tyler will bring Cody in, and Tyler will have a conversation with Cody because he knows Cody better than I do. Cody knows who I am, obviously, he listens to me, but Tyler will have the conversation with Cody, and I'll just, chime in every once in a while. It's literally okay. I don't want to try to say I'm copying him, but it's going to be built like Pat McAfee. I mean, it's going to kind of be built like that. Just random people come and talk. Like, it's got to be like kind of their callers on the podcast. Like, I'm not going to do it just like him, where he's getting all these famous people, obviously, but like their callers of fan bases and stuff like that are going to be our guests, essentially.
But at the end of the day, like we aren't famous, so we got to start somewhere. So this is how we start. I mean, this is what we do. We call people. We have that platform, so that way if we get that big one day. Well, guess what? We have that platform already. Now let's continue to do that with more famous people. Not that I don't love my boys, but they're famous. They're famous to us. You know what I mean?
They ain't nationally famous, just famous.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like I like to have that structure of that platform already.
How we're gonna do it, and when it is broken into those 2 podcasts, you have the structure and I have the structure, and we can have like kind of a every once in a while co-host. Like Scott would be mine, or Scott could be yours. It just depends on what we're talking about that day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have somebody that you want to bring in every other week to talk with your guest about,
Yeah.
and if I'm not there, you could have somebody like something like that. I'm just spitballing like all this crazy stuff that I'm thinking about 5 years down the road. That's probably going to happen in the next 8 months, but when it doesn't need to be. But like,
it's probably going to happen in the next 3 months.
I'm very honest with myself about this. It ain't growing like we want it to. It was.
I think the YouTube is actually y'all don't understand. The YouTube is actually grown it a lot more, because we had like 400 and something interactions on that post with YouTube. Like, that was one of our most.
That was like, we shared the link to Facebook. To Facebook, and we had a
lot of retweets, a lot of posts, and then we got traction on Twitter because my boy, because look, I don't tweet, never been good at it. I'm on there with him. My boy tweets. He's the Twitter master. But we got like 500 or something. We had all kinds of people liking our shit.
500 likes and 60 retweets, which is wild when you only have 60 followers. So it's a big deal when you only have that many followers. If I had 4,000 followers and I only got 450 likes and 30 retweets, that's a shit post.
I mean, but it's a big deal to us though, and we got a lot of followers from it. And so it's like, hey, we keep doing that. We keep going.
Before that, so like we got 12, 13 followers off of that. So no, man, like that type of stuff is big for us. So go follow us on Twitter, Tetdo Pod.
Yeah. Or no, did you keep it Tetdo Pod, or you put Hardhead Pod?
No, I put Hardhead Sports in the name. You could probably search that up and it'll come up.
Tetdo Pod.
TETEDUREPOD on Twitter, and it'll pop up, man. Same thing on Instagram. Go follow us there, and we'll be there. We haven't posted on Instagram in a minute because I'm not good at Instagram. Never have been. I need to get better, but you can also go follow me specifically on Twitter at G_BR0USS. I don't have that's my new Twitter because I said some crazy things on my old Twitter and I deleted it. So I don't want that to come bite me in the ass like Kevin Hart. So smart. Before I get famous, I made new ones. I deleted all the Instagram posts that I said bad stuff on. made a new Facebook, and I've had that shit for a year so far. So, yeah, go follow us on Twitter and me on Twitter and us on Instagram. You can follow Tyler on Instagram, me on Instagram too, but I don't get on that stuff. So,
I was about to say, y'all not gonna see
the
me much.
most he does is share his wife's pictures of his kids on his story. So, that's about all you're gonna see from me. You're gonna see the little the picture things that you could do, like a time when you were happy or whatever. Like that's what I do. I do it on my story and I share memories. Like that's about it. I don't post posts. Like that's like I don't post pictures on it.
Spend too much time taking care of my kids to post
My
pictures.
last picture was just November 28th, and it was that one. That's your
Hey,
mom.
I took that one. Photo creds, by the way.
Yeah. And then previously, literally just the pod.
Yeah.
That's all I did. Like I didn't. The last time I posted something for myself was May 29th, 2020. Want to know what that was? Like that was it, dude. And then we started the pod. It's crazy. So
Somebody said if you get Alvin to punch you, it was probably your fault, to be honest. Dude,
right,
mad chill. Like, bro.
So calm. He's like you don't get mad, bro. That's what crazy. Yeah, that's wild how if you got Alvin to assault you, dude. That's you pissed him off, bro. That's crazy. But yeah, dude, it's about to start getting a little bit better too for my end. Tyler's not spending the money on this type of stuff, but I'm getting it all for free. So
So it's okay. Taxes, I'm about to be.
yeah, before your wife makes you buy a new fridge, a new dishwasher, a new oven, and
I bought her a new fridge already. I already got the fridge. Nah, son, got plans, okay?
Are you gonna mount a TV outside for the Super Bowl party?
No, not yet. No. I don't have enough time for that.
I can come help you.
I don't have enough time to like, not the way I want it done. I want a lot of stuff done before I mount my TV the way I need it.
Where are you gonna
I have a place to put my TV, but I want to build my wall. I want to do. I got to put my outdoor kitchen. I got to build the wall. I got to do stuff.
Oh, you want to do it like my dad's house?
Kind of, yeah. Like, but that's like my dream is to have something like that. So, and I kind of don't know exactly where I want stuff yet still. So
I want to ask my dad if he has a will.
I hope so. I hope you're on.
You know?
Hey, all I'm saying is I can't wait till we do this separate podcast. Although I love this guy, I'm gonna be in a hunting stand, whispering in a mic, talking to y'all.
Why?
During hunting season. I don't know, because I'm getting a lease this year, so I'm gonna be hunting.
Where are you getting a lease?
With my dad up in North Louisiana. Yeah, so I'm literally just gonna be today on Dead Sports.
Why this guy's gonna do the local one and I'm gonna do the national one, dude. You know, I am Louisiana.
Hey, bro, I like Barstool Outdoors, bro.
Barstool Outdoors. Oh yeah.
Barstool Outdoors, bro. Like live from the deer stand here.
Mute your mic before you do that, please. Don't kill nobody's ears.
Oh my god, no.
All right, so coming. It's
coming, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, I just got the notification. Alvin Kamara arrested.
Yeah, me too.
So,
ladies and gentlemen, Griffin is coming.
probably coming this hunting
Sweep
season.
that under the rug.
Nah, man. I got plenty of people that could be on my side of it right now. So, because of that post, bro, like I had a bunch of people like text me, snap me, and like, hey man, like let's chat. Like, okay.
Oh yeah, same.
Like, that's why I shared it, bro. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm surprised you didn't see it coming when I did that.
Well, not the split, but the doing it like
you and I, and then having other people on, but not the split.
That is how I meant it. Just you and I, like this, but with somebody. That's how I meant it.
Yeah.
It happened to the point where everybody was like, I'll do it. And I was like, okay, well, this is like when it was Justin. He was like, hey, bro, I'll get on the pod and chat it up. I was like, I mean, I guess we could talk about how Billy is over there, but that's about it.
Well, but that's the thing, though. So it's like, yeah, of course, you're gonna have everybody that wants to come on and talk, but it's like, okay, what do you have to bring, right? What are you gonna talk about? You're gonna talk about. You see, your boys gonna talk about Florida. See, my boys are gonna talk about Cowboys or LSU as well. Like Ty is a huge LSU fan, UL fan, so he'll talk about that. But you got my other dudes that are talking about the Cowboys. My buddy Cody, he'll talk about the Yankees, and he's in Seattle, so he'll talk about all those guys. I got Mike, my boy Michael. He'll talk about Seattle because he lives in Seattle. You know what I mean? Like I got all those dudes that'll come on, but they'll talk. Everybody's gonna talk about something different, and that's where it brings in that vibe of like, okay, cool. Like we're not just talking about us here, but we're talking about us, but from a different perspective. Like Seattle hates
this. I say I want Hardhead Sports as a blanket. Like,
yeah,
I want this to stay forever as like a secondary name because it is true to the tradition or the originality of what we came up with, what I came up with.
You gotta take the credit for everything.
He wouldn't be here if I didn't ask him to. So,
no, but I'm here.
I came up with the name. I came up with the idea.
That's why he just wants to kick me out. That's why he wants to do it by himself. He don't like me.
Yeah, I don't want to be on a camera with him anymore. He makes me look bad. Look at me. I'm glowing. I have this beautiful Alex Box Stadium behind me. This dude's got toys in the background.
You leave the racetrack alone. You understand me? You leave the racetrack alone. Okay.
Yeah, what happened, dude? I helped them put that together, bro. What the hell?
Oh, it's places.
7
it's here.
It's probably
no. It's all. It's still somewhat put together. The other parts, they just snaps in.
Still somewhat put together. That's the smaller part of it.
Well, the other part is right here.
Oh, there it is.
It's still it just snaps in, Griffin. Don't get your panties in a twist.
So
here in the box.
You're so childish.
So because I'm surrounded by children.
All right, so we're gonna start this next week, apparently. Next week we'll probably have our boy Cole.
Yeah. So if it's not Cole, somebody.
Yeah, we'll have somebody, but probably Cole. If you've been with us since the beginning, Cole was like our 3rd episode, 4th episode, something like that. So maybe it was the 5th because I think Kendall was the 4th. But Cole will be on to talk a little bit more in depth about UL baseball because he pays attention to it more than we do. So we need to get back into it. It's hard because LSU's social media team is so good, but UL's is not. No offense to any one of them. They're just not as active, man. So you don't see as much of that stuff. Like
they've gotten better.
They have gotten better, but like
they've gotten better.
I have to look it up, and it's so in deep in their website. Like,
yeah,
it's so.
But like the open practice and stuff like that. Like I didn't know anything about that, but guess what? I could tell you in every one of LSU's open practices was because they post them all the time.
Right.
They're like, hey, you open practice here, open practice here, open practice here, all the time.
No, it's literally like
honestly, the majority of LSU practices are open practice in the first place.
They posted when media day was.
Yeah.
From Friday, like, but I don't see anything. Like Brian Maggard posted a picture on Twitter of a bowl of jambalaya and the batting cage, like the backstop. That's how I knew they had an open practice.
Oh, open practice. Like, cool. Yeah, like you could have told somebody.
Our AD posted a picture on Twitter, like Literally. It was yesterday. I had no idea. Literally, he posted a picture with a batting backstop and a Polo jambalaya saying a preseason open practice for top 25. Oh, it was softball too. Like still. Like, why are we not hearing about that shit? Do they not want support? Oh, and another thing, get rid of fucking Ticketmaster right the fuck now. Do not buy your tickets on Ticketmaster. Do not buy your tickets on Ticketmaster. Go to the box office at the Cajun Dome, please.
So much cheaper.
You pay $38 for 3 tickets, and you're paying $53 in fees. Do not buy online. Go to the box office at the Cajun Dome. Whenever game you want to go to the box office. If you want to buy one ticket for $18 and pay $17 in fees, be my guest. I will not.
Truth.
I saw somebody post a screenshot of them buying tickets for a UL game. 3 tickets was $38. $38.
You pay a shit ton of fee.
2 tickets. And you're paying almost 40 because you're paying 3 fees. You're paying a facility fee, a service charge, and something else that's like $4 and $7 each. Like, you're paying more for fees than you are for tickets. Do not buy your tickets on Ticketmaster. Go to the box office at the Cajun Dome. I point right there because that's where it is.
He lives 2 minutes from it.
Please. Go to the game. Just don't buy them online.
Save your money, people.
Because you got to have a physical ticket. It's worse than possibility to lose it. But go the day before the game. It's not that hard. Leave them in your car that you're going to drive there. Put them in your purse. Put them in your wallet. Don't care. Hey, buy online as much as you want. I'm just trying to help you guys out. So my can is invisible.
Fucked it up, Doug. Back to invisible. It comes out of nowhere, really.
Well, it's because it's so you see my hand?
I know.
It's because it registers hands and faces. I have to like.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on that note.
I was just drinking the stadium lights, bro.
On that note.
Yeah, it's time to get out of here, bro. He made me forever, so I'm kind of delirious. We've been going for about an hour and 10 minutes, so it's not bad. But yeah, go follow gorilla_up_apparel on Instagram. Go follow TetDipPod on Instagram and Twitter. Go follow G_BR0USS on Twitter. And don't go follow either of us on Instagram. It's boring. Petition for Tyler to actually get his own Twitter starting now. You can create one just off of the same app. You can literally have it on the same thing. And I'll show you literally, there's mine right there.
Yeah, right there. It's all invisible.
See, there's me. That's me.
I know how it works.
Well, go do it.
Nope.
I
have enough with the TED Sports app. Or Sports Fine. I can see that. Everything I need to see.
Later on, you need to make your own now.
If I get famous enough, I'll make my own Twitter. If the people ask me to.
So you don't think we're gonna be as big as Blake?
Oh, I mean, I'm not saying we won't.
Shout out Blake Rufino and Are You Serious Sports getting to the NIL game, baby.
I like it. But
it's a hell of an accomplishment.
Ladies and gentlemen. Good night. I can't do that. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we love you. Y'all have a good night. This guy's actually losing his mind. So
love you guys.